What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Remember to like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Remember last week when I was on my Facebook account and I asked y'all who would y'all want to see me interview? Well, this man right here, his name kept getting dropped. So the Chris Gunther Show welcomes Ron Johnny. What's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Good to see you, man.
Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you.
It's been a long time coming, man. A long time coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, so first things first, bro. How are you? How's everybody doing? You know, especially with COVID and, you know, like, so how's everybody doing, man?
Bro, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm good. Everybody's good. You know, just out the way. Family's like all the way quarantined. You know, as you probably know, work ain't really never stopped ever since this, you know, picked up. So it's like I'm out here, but I'm still ducked off with it at the same time. You know what I mean? So just balancing the two. But everything's good, though. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. Like I said, you know, even off camera, just taking it one day at a time. Only because you truly never know what to expect. You know, COVID is going on, and then other things on top of that, from social injustice to police brutality. But you know, just to still be in the land of the living, man, I think it's still great. And you know, let's kick it off, man. Like, what made you want to start to do your music? Because you know, when it comes down to artists in the city, your name is always mentioned.
I appreciate that. Honestly, man, I mean, I would say genetics for real. You know what I mean? Like, from listening to the player stuff my mama used to, you know, bump in the crib when she used to clean up, you know, Saturday mornings.
Yeah, man.
To just having a natural ear for it from my pop. You know, he used to be a DJ back in the day, but, you know, it's just, you know, I've always been around it. You know what I mean? So it was just like, coming up, you know, it's like, it was kind of crazy because, you know, I remember when I was about to graduate high school, and it's like, you know, I went to all-white school, so it's like, you know, everybody graduating with all these degrees, and they going to this school to do this school to do that, and it's like, I didn't know what I wanted to do for myself, and I remember being discouraged about that, you know what I mean, and it was just like, the whole time, this was like just waiting on me to take it serious, like just sitting off in the cut, you know what I mean, so, yeah, like I feel like this was honestly what I was made to do, you know, long story short.
Yeah, like, take me back through it, man. Like what was it like going to an all-white school, particularly Girard? Like, bro, like, what was that experience like for you?
Oh, well, honestly, it was McDonald, honestly, bro.
Girard, McDonald. The reason why I say Girard is because I know a lot of times when, like, we would play ball, you would have Girard gear on, so I would just assume that it was there. But, like,
it was
McDonald,
just clothes, man, messing with them thrift shops. But, yeah, I went to, I went to McDonald. I graduated from there. It was different, you know what I mean? Honestly, it was like, you know, at that particular time, I didn't, you know, I looked at it like, you know, I want to stay over here with all my people over here. I'm mad at my mom because she got me over here where I don't really know nobody. It just so happened there was a couple of people that, you know, also went to McDonald from the city, and we ended up clicking up, and that ended up being cool and whatnot. But it's like, now that I'm grown, I realized what she was trying to do. You know what I mean? It was more so the education. You know, it was the opportunity to, you know, get educated on the type of level that they're teaching their kids, per se, as opposed to what goes on in the inner city. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it was different all in all. I don't regret it, you know. I'm appreciative of it all. It was a lesson.
I think because I somewhat went through the same thing. Like, you know, even though we both went to Eagle Heights and, you know, went to city schools our entire life, when we got to high school, things, you know, just a little different. You wanted to expose yourself to a different type of, you know, education, per se. But, you know, not even throwing shade at the city schools because it was tough in there. But, I mean, only the tough ones survive.
Absolutely. And like I said, that's no shade at all to the city schools, you know. Honestly, I wish it was different. You know, I wish the inner city schools got the same type of curriculum that the kids on the outskirts got. You know what I mean? And like that's a whole nother conversation, bro. But the whole curriculum, I don't necessarily agree with it.
I agree.
You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, man. But, you know, coming from there, you know, I remember growing up, you was always freestyling, you was always rapping, bro. So, like, when did, you know, just you taking your music seriously? Like, when did all that start for you?
2015, man. That was the year I put out my first project. It was called Flows from the Soul. And just like you said, bro, like, prior to, you know, a lot of freestyle videos, a lot of, you know, just acting like I wanted to do it, but not necessarily putting the work in. But 2015 that's when it really got. I look at that as the start. You know what I mean? Even though I was doing little promo stuff prior to, being that I put my first drop out in 2015. Anytime somebody asks when it started, 2015. That's when it started.
What advice would you give to the artists in 2015 compared to where you are right now? Like, if you could go back in time and talk to that young man, what would you tell him?
I don't want to sound arrogant when I say this, but it's like it's like I don't have anything right now that comes to mind that like I feel as if would help me back then that I know now. You know what I mean? Because and that's one of the reasons in particular why it took me so long to drop music, is because I was just watching. I was always watching from a local standpoint to like how my favorite artists were moving, globally. I always sat back and I watched. So it's like since I've came in, I've did everything exactly how I wanted to. I moved at my own pace. I went to my own flow, my own beat, my own drum. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I can't even think of nothing right now, man. I'm sorry about that, but I honestly, I think that's kind of a good thing, within itself. But I'm gonna let you know if something come to mind, man. Well, you just put something on my mind. But go
that's
ahead,
the beauty of my job, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta ask the questions that make my guests think, like, oh shoot, I didn't know he was gonna possibly go there. But let's go ahead and talk about it, man. One of the things I love about you, especially in this area, is everybody knows you. Like, everybody follows you. Everybody, they're hip to you.
Right.
But I'm genuinely curious, man. When did the movement start?
Oh man!
Cause I didn't see the T-shirts. I didn't see. I'm like, wait a minute. When did this like start for you, man?
Man, I'm trying to think. Like, I think I started. And what's so crazy is I went to my man. He go by Rep Star. Shout out to Rep Star. I went to him to digitize it, but even in itself, like, that was just a little doodle thing that I created. It's an acronym. It actually stands for stay humble, hungry, and high. And like some people when they hear the high, they go like, that doesn't necessarily mean off of a substance. You can be high off of life, high off of love. You know what I mean? High off of passion, anything. You know what I mean? It depends on with whom the audience is. You know what I mean? But what was it? 27. I think it was 2017 when I first started making clothes. I believe. I want to say, I would say 16 or 17, because I put out Flows from the Soul in 15, and I think matter of fact, it might have been 17, because I put out the first whole lot in 16, and I remember I wanted to put it out with clothes and I wasn't able to. So I would say 17. That's when I started doing the merch. But once again, that was just an idea I had. You know what I mean? I was glad it was able to do what it did. People was able to gravitate to it. And I'm appreciative of it all, man.
From an artist perspective, where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, I mean, one of my favorite artists is Spitter, Currency, if you're not familiar with them. And it's like, the reason I bring him up is just because, for him to cultivate the following he's cultivated, he's like independent. And even though it didn't start off that way, like, he's been around for a while, for real, and so just to, to be in the same rooms and at the same round tables as certain, businesses, and then to still remain and still be doing your own stuff and still be as, current and as relevant as you are today, like stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, on a local standpoint, people like Keelan, people like B Rush, J How. and this ain't, you know, like I'm not naming a favorite or anything. Like these are just people that, you know, inspire me to keep doing what I do. You know what I mean? And honestly, I'm leaving people out. Like, you know, the list can go on and on. It's crazy. I was watching You and Young earlier, and it's just like when you think about it, you know, I feel like music wise, like I look at the city almost as if like a baby Atlanta or a baby New York. Like it's so many different like flavors. There's so many different type of, you know, genres like within the city though. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you got your share of trap, mainstream type of sound, but then you got, you know, you got your share of like underground, boom bap, hip hop. Like it's like a plethora of everything, you know what I mean? So, you know, but like that, I hope that answers your question as much as possible, you know?
You actually went into something that I wanted to definitely hit on in terms of the city, like artist-wise, along with those that you just named, who are some of the artists that you would like to collaborate with? Unless you've already had, but if you haven't done that yet, then who would you like to collaborate with?
You know, like as of now, you know, like I hate to be that guy, but like from my standpoint, like what I'm on right now, I'm on the same type of stuff Cole on right now. Like I'm just trying to, you know, like I ain't really focused on no features. I ain't really focused on reaching out to nobody. Let me take that back. Yeah, let me take that back. That's what I've been on as of lately. But it's like, you know, like this project I'm about to drop right now. I want to tell you more about that too. Like I got this song and like I have an idea of somebody I want to reach out to. I don't want to necessarily say their name right now, you know, just in case I'm not able to do it, or even if just in case I'm able to do it, I don't want to give it away right now, you know. But I'll give you a couple of other names though, just to not be so, you know, complicated and whatnot. Jetty Boy Jet. He's actually from Cleveland, but he's in the city. I don't know if you're familiar with him. If not, you know, you should tap in. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I like his style. Like my cousin Moons, like me and him, but we always work together. I'm trying to give you somebody that I haven't worked with, that I would love to work with, or I would think would be like a great mesh. Man, like now is this just straight rap? Like can it be like a female that I think is sound hard singing?
Be a female.
You know what I mean?
Definitely can be a female. Okay, there's a couple talented females in the city that can do music.
Definitely. Okay. Well, I don't know her last name. Her first name, I think her first name is and I hope I'm not butchering her name either. Ariel.
Ariel Green.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I think she has a beautiful voice. I think we'll make some dope music together. Let's see. Westlake Baby.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay,
yeah.
You know, I vibe with him. Me and if you know who he goes by, Cuddy Chill.
Yep.
Me and him got a song together, but
yeah,
like
actually, I did a segment with him. I want to say it was last year.
Matter of fact, I think I do remember that. But like, you know, I like what he got going on. I like what type of time he on. On the R&B side, Bud Love.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And once again, I ain't trying to leave nobody out, you know what I mean? I just, to be put right on the spot with it, you know.
That's the beauty of my show too, though. Like that's why I want, like anybody that has ever interviewed with me, they know they gotta just be real. You know, that's why I don't really send questions over, because now that gives you time to prepare.
Right.
I give you an idea of what we're gonna talk about, but I'm not gonna send you question for question, because now that takes away from my creativity.
Right.
So
no,
just
most definitely. And it's just like, man, it is like, I be wanting to do stuff like this because I like, you know, it comes with it all. It comes with the whole, you know, promoting yourself and the publicity and all of that. But like, I'm not real. This is not really me. You know what I mean? But like, I'm comfortable right now because, you know, you've been a homie since like way back.
Facts,
you know what I mean?
Man.
Like since. So, but it's just like, you know, like this is the type of stuff like I want to get into from doing interviews to you know, being like guest appearances on like podcasts and stuff like that. You know, it all come with it. So you know, but man, you know, I'm appreciative of this, bro. Most definitely.
I think you would be a great person to have on the Static Energy podcast with Lauren and Mo.
Bro, that's crazy.
I definitely think you would be great on Can't Knock the Pod with Art, Chip, and Set. That'd be dope.
And
I'm plugging y'all in, by the way, man. So make sure y'all get my mans on the podcast.
That's love. Like Art, Chip, and Lisette, you know, they all the homies. We all go way back. I've been knowing Mo for a little while now. I just met Lauren at Brittany Bradley's event when she had the
I was
businesses.
so mad I couldn't make it, man.
Oh man, it was beautiful.
I was pissed
it was
I
beautiful.
couldn't make it.
But she, you know, we was politicking. You know, she reached out. You know, I ain't forget about you. You know, I would definitely, you know, like I said, bro, I got something on the way. So you know, this is. You know, it all comes with it. You know what I mean? It all comes with it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, let's definitely hit on what you have coming up, man. Like we know the things that you've already put out, but let's hit on the upcoming projects that you got.
Yeah. Well, before I get into that, I just put out a Deck Dope August 15th. It was on my 30th birthday. If you ain't already tapped in, go tap in. That was my first digital release. It's everywhere. You know, iTunes, Spotify. Apple Music, all that stuff, you know what I mean? So, you know, go check that out. And I'm working on something right now. That was, by the way, Deck Dope was with me and Botman. Botman produced every beat on there, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of dope local producers. I hate putting the word local on anything, you know what I mean? So, I take it as an insult. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm only local because I live here, you know what I mean? If I was somewhere else, like, you know, like, don't take away from what I got cooking or what anybody else got cooking because, you know, they came up in your backyard. You know what I mean? I feel like there's some talent within the city that can, you know, stand the test with people that's done already made it. You know, people that's done already, you know, got their roses. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. What I'm working on right now is called Something Different. It's with me and Bino, your favorite beat maker. And what's so crazy, bro, I never met him. I ended up reaching out to him on social media. We got a mutual friend, Stevie Villain. He does music too. You know, that's not like, you inspire me, bro. Sorry I didn't bring you up earlier. But like, he actually plugged me with him. Me and him doing our one too. I'm like, man, where you get this beat from? Oh, I got this from Bino. You ain't hip? I'm like, nah. So I ended up reaching out to Bino one day, and it went from just getting one or two beats off him. I'm like, man, if you're trying to tap in and do a whole project, I'm like, let me know. So, man, we got something coming, you know, coming real soon, and I'm enjoying it, you know, because it actually allowed me to step out of, you know, like my normal element, my normal 1-2, like as far as like the beats and whatnot, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is, you know, like for the people that ain't really up on what I got going on, this is a good project for them to get hip to me. And then for the people that's been around, you know, they're going to love it. You know what I mean? Like, they almost love anything, you know what I mean? But like, not take it from it, they're definitely gonna love it though.
That's because you got real supporters. You know, you have people that want to see you succeed. You have people that follow. Like, I remember coming to I want to say it was the Music Expo last July downtown. Yeah. And when you took the stage, it seemed like everybody cultivated towards you.
Man, I appreciate that.
I think the dopest thing you did was you had your son on stage with you with the throwback Grand Hill jersey.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Hey, you say something about that jersey every time you see
I
me,
did.
Bro.
I'm like, I started coming up to you like, hey, bro, how much you want for that jersey? I'll buy it off you right now, man.
Not for sale, bro. Not for sale. And it's crazy, bro. Like, just speaking on the love, man. I want to double back to what you said when you first opened up the interview, because, you know, you've been doing that for a while now. Who y'all want to see me interview next?
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Like, and just being all the way real, like, you know, like I see. You know, like, I remember, like, I would get one mention, I would get two mentions, and then like this last time you did it, like I got like 3 or 4 mentions.
You sure did.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like they knocking now. You know what I mean? So like, everybody that was holding me down on that, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Nothing goes unnoticed, man. I'm appreciative of it all. But yeah, man, I was, and even just to double back on the whole performance with my son, like when I first started, and that's what I love so much about the music expos, is because normally it's not a lot of events where kids can come to them.
That's right.
And like, you know, my son, he's tapped in, bro. You know what I mean? So he be like, you know, I almost have to lie to him when I have a show, and I don't want to tell him I'm taking him to his Jeezy's house because I'm about to go to a show, because he'll cry the whole time and he won't want to go. Like, he'll be mad, like he'll be legit mad, bro.
Kids are smart now, man.
I'm telling you, bro. And it's just, you know, when we first started, I remember him walking up on the stage, but then seeing all the people and freezing. And then like the other year, the one that you're talking about, bro, I'm looking for him, and he's up on stage 15 minutes before I get on with a mic in his hand already.
Man.
I'm like, what you doing? He like, what you doing? So I'm like, man, you know, I love it, bro.
He's like, come on, Pops, we got work to do.
I'm telling you, I love it, bro. I love it. It's the best feeling in the world, man.
It really is,
it's
man.
It's the best feeling in the world,
really is,
bro.
Like, before we get out of here, if anybody wanted to connect with you and learn more about your music, how can they do that?
Like I said, you know, Deck Dope is everywhere. My whole catalog is on Audio Mac, like everything you know, from the first drop, excluding Deck Dope, everything's on Audio Mac. Facebook, Ron Johnny. Instagram, S with 3 H's, 0829. What is it? Snapchat, Ron Johnny 5. I don't know my Twitter. My apologies, but yeah, man. Other than that, man, you know, just like I don't bite, man. I'm pretty lax, pretty cool. You know, if you wanna collab, politic about something, if you wanna know something, man, you know, I'm easy to reach, man.
Most def. Nothing else needs to be asked. Ron, appreciate you, my brother.
Already, bro. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes,
Make sure
sir.
you guys like and share this video. Ron Johnny on the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Yes,
See y'all
sir.
next time. I'm out.
Yes, sir.